18 News is investigating how students are being kept safe in schools across our area. New data from the Chemung County Sheriff's Office shows the number of arrests made in the Elmira City School District in a single academic year. The Sheriff's Office is now also in charge of safety at the Horsehead School District. Our 18 News reporter Nick Dubina sat down with the sheriff today to learn more, and he joins us live in the studio. Good evening, Nick.
Good evening, Trina. The Chemung County Sheriff's Office is now providing one officer each for 19 different schools. As of this year, officers are being assigned to 6 schools in the Horsehead Central School District. The other 13 schools are in the Elmira City School District. The Chemung County Sheriff says the number of arrests made in Elmira schools are, quote, very low, adding most arrests are for minor offenses.
You see that there are those numbers, and it tends to get just distorted and misrepresented, and I don't think that's an accurate depiction of really what the school system is all about, and overall we feel it is a very safe environment.
A Freedom of Information request shows the Chemung County Sheriff's Office made 32 arrests involving students in the Elmira City School District during the 2021-2022 academic year. That's fewer than 1% of all students in the district. 16 arrests were made at Broadway Academy, 11 at Ernie Davis Academy, and 5 at Elmira High School. The Sheriff's Office breaks down the arrests into violations, misdemeanors, and felonies. Sheriff Strom says violations and misdemeanors typically involve incidents like disorderly conduct, harassment, and damaging or stealing property. Of the 11 felony arrests, the sheriff says 5 involved students pulling fire alarms. 1 was for falsely reporting a school threat. 1 involved a female student accused of stabbing an officer in the leg with a pencil, causing a minor injury. Another female student was accused of scratching a deputy's face who was trying to break up a fight. 3 felony arrests were for robbery. 2 of those arrests involved the same incident. The sheriff says 2 students tried to steal another student's shoes and took school supplies from his backpack. The sheriff says no guns have been recovered in the Elmira City School District since the Jeremy Getman case in 2001. Getman, a senior at Southside High School, was accused of bringing a pistol, a sawed-off shotgun, and a gym bag full of pipe bombs to school to pull off a Columbine-style attack. The sheriff says aside from a stabbing in the Elmira High School parking lot after a football game in October, the sheriff's office has not recovered any other, quote, edged weapons from students. The stabbing in October involved 2 female students, one from Elmira High School, the other from Corning Painted Post High. The sheriff's office says 19 drug seizures were made, all of them for marijuana or vape pens containing THC. No drugs were seized at any elementary schools. Sheriff Strom says marijuana has become a bigger issue since it was legalized in New York State. What is the consequence for being found with marijuana on school grounds?
Yeah, so again, most of it's going to be internal because if it's a violation level, we can't charge a juvenile with the violation. So it's normally dealt with through discipline with the school.
Understood.
And letting the parents know, obviously.
The sheriff says officers can also step in to help deal with bullying.
We work hand in hand with the school district. So if it's not necessarily a law enforcement issue which would require an arrest, it still doesn't prevent that officer from engaging with the person who's been bullied and or, more importantly, the person who's doing the bullying and letting them know the consequences of their actions and that could rise to that threshold. We tend to look at it in a much different way than maybe certain people do, that they think we're there for the negative and we're there to be the heavy, we're there to, you know, arrest kids and that kind of stuff. And quite honestly, it's completely the opposite. We're there when those rare occasions occur, and certainly, heaven forbid, a very bad incident like an active shooter were to arise. That's why that officer would be there in worst case scenario. But the day-to-day, it's just to establish and build relationships with the students in a positive way. And I think that far outweighs any of the negatives that you may see. Eating lunch with the kids, playing games with them, giving them incentives to behave and be good, you know, reading books to them, all those different things that happen every single day, all day long.
Now, some school resource officers are full-time deputies, others are retired deputies who want to help keep schools safe. 18 News is requesting the same information from the Steuben County Sheriff's Office. We also posted all of the data and our unedited interview with Sheriff Strom on our website. That's mytwintears.com. Rena.